This $1 million deck is now gonna cost $1,001,001. We thought we were done with digging. You really want to go home single tonight? So, our backyard makeover. If you missed part one is where we talk about the initial plans, the designs. This episode we're getting into building and finishing the deck. There were a lot of ups and downs, and the pandemic affected a lot more things than we expected. So now after demolition, which took about a month, we are now building the foundation. And that is the longest and the most difficult part of the project. So we ordered what we thought was extra lumber because shipping is $75. We were hearing so many horror stories with this lumber shortage. There were people that were driving around and taking it off people's driveways. There were people stealing it off stop signs. They were taking the posts of stop signs. So I didn't want to chance it. We moved everything to the backyard right away. It's deck day! When you look at a deck, you think, it's a deck, you know? You only see the finished boards that are lined up on top and you think, you just lay all that down and it's not a problem. A ground is never just a ground, and there's so much that goes into it, and you have to build something to hold up those planks of wood. Even then, our finished deck had a different design, and we had to kind of pivot last minute. We start with digging trenches for the concrete blocks away from the house, working towards the door. With the foundation, it goes dig, limestone, tamp, level, dig, tamp, level. You're gonna see two sides of Steph throughout this video. You're gonna see knitted eyebrow, deep in thought Steph, and then you're gonna see his butt crack. And I'll try to cover up as much as I can, but with all the time lapses, you can only do so much.
Oh Lord. Yeah, it's fine.
So while Steph was working on the foundation, I could try and tackle these demonic weeds in our backyard, which I don't know what they're made of. We had piles of dirt that we had dug up and moved, and they were growing their own weeds. All of the paved area that we had tamped down grew back weeds, and while we were working on this deck, we pretty much forgot about the other side of the backyard until the grass grew. I kid you not, the grass grew to waist high. We were ready to put down the joists, but then because our backyard slopes upwards, the joist won't be level because it'll be grazing the ground. So we thought we were done with digging.
Very much have to dig this whole area. on just the joist.
Down. So excited. Okay. Take it somewhere safe. Dick day! Almost done, Dick day. We're getting closer and closer to those days where it's just gonna be so hot to work outside, so we're trying to work as fast as we can. And then in the morning, when we don't have sun, try and fit in all the work that we can. Oh, a good tip that my friend messaged me about, because our deck is a floating deck, there's a big chance that a lot of little critters are gonna wanna live under there. And they had a big raccoon problem before that, you know, it's a bitch to get out once they're in. So, very good note if you're looking to build your deck is to add chicken wire. So we have the trench dug in. We tuck the wires underneath, which I think will be okay because the trench is very deep. Then we're gonna be filling the outside as well as the inside here with our scrap gravel pile. Oh my god, the grass. That's what it looks like over there. See? Please don't nest here, raccoons. I broke my back for this. I think it was only about 50 bucks to get chicken wire and to build it all around the perimeter of the deck. It only took me an extra day to do. I was super lucky that he caught us right before we finished the deck so that I could have added it in without taking anything apart. It's crazy. I don't know how landscaping companies operate, but when I emailed this company and I asked them about this one style, they gave me a quote for $8.50 per square feet, and then when I went in person, they said it was $12.50 per square feet, and it was very clear that she was trying to steer me away from it. And I don't know if like you change the prices based on inventory, based on what you want to sell, but that's a huge price difference. I saw it in person and I didn't like it as much. Thank goodness, because the one that I wanted ended up being the cheapest. So our top choice is $5.80 per square feet.
I like this.
Me too.
It's very dusty, but I like it.
But that's the point, is to show it under wear.
Yeah.
And I like these smooth, kind of warm gray ones.
These?
This is warm gray.
Oh, that's warm
That's
gray?
cool gray.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. Straight guy says okay. I do not understand. But now I just want to double check that I have all my prices right. And I'm going to be calling every landscaping person that I know, or every landscaping person that I see on Google Maps, and just getting the price of this one style. Best Way Stone Opus Slab in Pearl. Hi there. If you have anything in stock. No, I'm not. Are you only selling to contractors? No, eh? And this is just Best Way, or this is everybody? Oh, they're not even producing it. I've been hearing from everybody that you're not making them. Insanity. Approximately when it would be available again? So, winter. It's looking like we're not gonna be able to pave anything. I started this process a month ago. I put together quotes and stuff, thinking that I kind of knew what I was doing. I didn't. And now it looks like all the concrete and masonry people are backed up. Supply chain problems. So demo took a month, building the foundation took about 2 months, and we're finally at the point where we can start putting down finishing boards. And this was something like, we had a full month where every weekend we were like, okay, this is it. We're pretty much gonna finish the deck this weekend, and then it doesn't get finished. We have there's this new tool that's called a deck fastener. It's just this extra tool. It costed about $75, but it allows you to screw down your deck boards diagonally. The screws itself are tiny, and then the wood swells around it, and then you have this beautiful finish on your deck with no screws. It's a relatively new tool because a lot of older decks you'll still see screws going down from the top. Just for that like extra nice finish, we bought the fastener. Our first finishing screw. My hands are shaking. So neat. Mister, I'm not good enough at screwing.
Well, if it falls apart, it's obviously your fault.
You really want to go home single tonight?
Couldn't have done it without you, honey.
Piece of shit. I have to say though, as somebody that I grew up super sheltered, I wasn't allowed to touch power tools. I wasn't allowed to do risky things. I was very, very protected, and I never had the confidence. I didn't even think I was gonna do as much as I've done, but the way that Stefan approaches things, he just, because of his mechanic background, he has a huge swath of tools to access. So he just hands over a tool and goes, you just do this and go ahead. And then he gently nudges me to just do it, and then I realize, wow, this is not as fucking hard as I thought it would be. So cool to see more and more women pick this up and do these kind of things on their own, because it feels amazing.
What you leave at nighttime, who'll come find you in the morning?
Shoo, so clean. Really, it was all the time went into prep and building the foundation and leveling, and then when it came down to finishing, we popped it out so quickly. And yeah, and this happened. Well, we're short. This $1 million deck is now gonna cost $1,001,001. It was really disappointing to find out, because we had already had the bad news with the pavers. We had to get over the fact that we won't be finishing half the backyard this year. But then to find out that we ran out of wood, even though we had ordered extra wood, we were just so close. We're 3 planks of wood away from finishing. We're super lucky. Our friend lent us his power wagon. We're in the biggest of trucks. There's no gas? We were about to go get lumber, the last of our lumber. Now we get to go get 4 more pieces of wood without having to pay the $75 shipping fee. How much was it?
I stopped at 130. It was still going.
Why didn't we just pay for shipping? These look darker.
Yeah, they are.
I always ask Stefan to pick up stuff for us. And yesterday, there was somebody that posted that they were getting rid of a free outdoor table. And it was a free IKEA outdoor table. And I made sure to measure the inside of the car. It's only about 3 inches longer. And I'll show you how we ended up having to fit it. We took the headrest off a car. This was the biggest project and most rewarding project I've ever worked on, same as Steph.
It was fine.
It was 3 months of tough work, and it was so much fun. So if you're just looking from one angle of the backyard, it looks great. It looks beautiful. But right now, the other 3/4 section of it just looks like a disaster area. I mean, so far we have DIY'd everything. We have not hired a single contractor since moving into this house. And I'm sure one day we will hire a contractor for certain things. Yeah, it's pretty crazy that we've done everything on our own so far. It's saved us a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
It has saved us a lot of money. I hope this encourages you to tackle your own projects, and big or small. I think anything helps, because this has really given me the confidence to try things on my own. If you want to see the rest of the series, you can find it in the link in my description to watch the rest of our first home series. Otherwise, you can find me on Insta or TikTok at Letitia Q, and I will see you next time. Bye!